Hey everyone, it's Synth Designer back again with another video. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of experimental bass sounds that I've been working on for my upcoming preset pack called Atmosynths. It's a preset pack that is focused on experimental, atmospheric kind of sounds. It can be used in music, but it could also be used in lots of different other genres. I've shown some of these sounds in the past, but I'm going to be showing more of these in the upcoming few weeks, leading up to its release on my website at synthdesigner.com. As always, I will be releasing this for free. If you're not familiar with the channel, I have released lots of different preset packs for Serum, and this one will be a mix of Serum 1 and 2 sounds. I started this back before Serum 2 came out, and I've also completed some sounds for Serum 2, so they will be all part of the same pack and will be available for free for everybody. Keep an eye out for some announcements, and I will be posting more about it in the upcoming few weeks. So for now, let's take a look at these sounds that we heard at the very beginning. This first one called Crispy on Top really has that kind of nice growly, wide sound to it. Not quite like a Reese bass, but kind of similar in some regards. It really has more of that kind of darker edge to it, kind of 80s horror type of sound that reminds me of. And it relies on a couple of aspects. So let's take a look at all of them. Let's take a look at the oscillators to start. We have the sub oscillator here, adding that nice grit from the saw wave in the lower region. Then this squelchy FM, if we were to take this off, and of course the basic saw, adding a nice kind of basic but necessary feature to it. It has 5 voices unison, just like the squelchy one. So if we were to just take this on its own, this is really where you're getting a lot of that grit and that kind of strange noise to it, right? There's the sub bass on its own. So it's a really nice mix of sounds. You wouldn't think, hearing one of them, that you would get this type of sound, but it really does give a great thick but growly sound. The envelopes are important as well. This first envelope gives us that shape, that nice kind of slow decay. Envelope 2 is what opens up the filter cutoff, as you see here. So you can make it even brighter if you wanted to, or darker. I felt like somewhere around here is really a nice balance here. LFO 1 here is in 2 spots. The wavetable position for number 1, just because this is a nice option when you have something that is so flexible and moving. You really want to show off some of that. Don't want to keep it too static. And of course the fine tuning is really going all over the place. It's pretty detuned. So it gives us that nice kind of width and detuning to it. The effects here are also important. The hyper gives it even more dimension, even though we had multiple voices. The diode distortion here gives us a nice great sound as well. A little bit of compression here, and just some more filtering off of that higher end. But that's it. It's not too complicated, so it's a nice cool kind of growly sound. Speaking of basses that are not quite like Reese basses, nothing is more not like a Reese bass than Not Reese. I really call this Not Reese because, well, it really does have a lot of similar properties, but as you can see here, it's got this kind of pulse wave with a saw and the underlying sub of a sine wave. Very simple sound here. Envelope not doing anything here. We're not opening up the filter. LFO1 is shaping a lot of this sound. You could hear the detuning of this fine tuning here. Of course, we just heard that noise as well, an important part of it. Really kind of adds a nice texture that we need to it. The saw you could hear is 3 octaves down versus these other two that are 2 octaves down. Gives us more of that grit and that kind of Reese quality as well. However, this one is only 1 voice unison versus 3 here. So that width is coming mostly from here. And then again, I really like the noise here. Again, this is an Atmosynths preset pack, so it's really about textures more than anything. It's not necessarily about making perfect EDM ready sounds, for example. This LFO here, as you can see, again, really heavily detuning this at a slower level. And then feel free to play around with the cutoff as I did. Really meant to be an atmospheric kind of bass, right? The hyper here and a little bit of compression as always. This is just adding a little bit more to that sound and a little bit more width. But not much, as you see, it's pretty low in the mix here. Well, maybe not too low. Either way, this is really just meant to be kind of another cool dark sound. I didn't want to make all just pads. I wanted to include some bass sounds in this preset pack as well, and hopefully you get some good use out of it. Let me know down in the comments what you think of these sounds. If you like this type of content, always willing to hear what you want to see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.